My precious one, I want to begin today by saying something that I need you to actually receive, not just hear, not just nod at and move past, but genuinely take into the deepest place inside you where truth either lands and changes something, or bounces off and leaves you exactly where you were. Let me be even more specific. I know the thing you are holding right now as you listen to these words, the specific grief, the specific uncertainty, the specific prayer that seems to have no answer. I know what it is. I know how long you have been carrying it. I know what it has cost you to keep carrying it with as much grace as you have managed to carry it. And I want to say something directly into it, not around it, not in general terms that apply to someone else's situation, but into yours. What you are carrying is not bigger than me. The specific and named thing that feels like it might actually break you if it does not resolve soon, the thing that you have brought to me so many times that you are almost embarrassed to bring it again, that thing is not outside the scope of my ability to address. It is not a situation that exceeds my capacity to work in. It is not a problem for which there is no solution in me. It is not a prayer that has been filed away unanswered because of some inadequacy in you or some limitation in my willingness to respond. It is a situation I am actively working in the full dimension of my power and my love, and the response is coming. Do not stop bringing it to me. Do not let the length of the wait convince you that I am not listening or not working. Some things take longer, not because I am withholding, but because the full answer requires a complexity of preparation that cannot be rushed without compromising the quality of the result. A house that is built in 3 days cannot be trusted to hold in the same way as a house that is built carefully over the right amount of time. I am building something in your situation that is designed to hold, designed to last, designed to carry not just you, but the people who will need what your story produces. The time it is taking is not waste. It is investment. And in the waiting, I am not leaving you without provision for the waiting itself. I am with you in it. The peace that passes understanding, the kind that makes no sense given the circumstances you are in, that peace is available to you right now. It is not a reward for having successfully resolved the anxiety. It is a gift I give in the middle of the circumstances that would otherwise produce anxiety, as evidence that my presence is real and that I am with you in the middle and not just at the end. Receive the peace. It is offered right now, in this moment, not as a feeling you generate but as a gift you receive. Let the anxious circling of your thoughts slow down just enough to feel the presence that is already with you, that has been with you through this entire season, that is not going anywhere. I want to speak about courage now, in a different dimension than the courage I mentioned earlier. Not just the courage of pressing forward when you are tired, but the courage of believing big things about your future when the evidence in the present does not obviously support them. This is perhaps the most demanding kind of courage, the courage of the imagination, the willingness to hold in your mind and heart a picture of a future that is genuinely good, genuinely abundant, genuinely full of the things your heart most longs for, in the face of present circumstances that do not yet reflect that picture. The imagination is a spiritual faculty. What you can genuinely envision, rooted in faith and not just wishful thinking, has a shaping effect on what you are able to receive and how you are able to move toward it. The person who cannot imagine a genuinely good future has a much harder time participating in the preparation for that future, because the preparation requires steps toward something that is not yet visible. If you cannot hold the image of it, you will not recognize the steps that lead to it. Give yourself permission to imagine a genuinely good future. Not a perfect future, not a utopia free from all difficulty, but a future where the things that matter most to you are present and working, where the relationships are genuine and life-giving, where the provision is sufficient and often more than sufficient, where the purpose is clear and the contribution is meaningful, where the peace is real and the joy has depth, where the hard things of this season are in the past and what they built in you is visible in the life you are now living. Give yourself permission to see that, to hold it, to let it be what you are walking toward, because you will walk toward what you can see, and I want to help you see it. Let me speak now about the way forward, the practical geography of the next steps, because I know that spiritual encouragement without any sense of direction can feel good in the moment and leave you in the same place when it fades. I am not going to give you a specific step-by-step plan right now, not because I do not have one, but because the specific steps need to be walked out in the specific context of your life with the guidance of my Spirit, and that guidance is available to you in real time as you need it. But I can tell you the general direction. Move toward, not away from. Move toward the people you love, even when love is risky. Move toward the calling, even when the calling is unclear and the path is not fully lit. Move toward me, even when the approach feels uncertain or halting or inadequate. Moving toward something, even imperfectly, even slowly, even with a lot of stumbling along the way, produces forward progress. Moving away from the risky things, away from the uncertain things, away from the places where failure is possible, produces safety that gradually becomes a smaller and smaller box, a life that is technically safe, but that never reaches the territory where the purpose lives. Move toward. Let the love be risky. Let the reaching for the calling be imperfect. Let the approach to me be halting and doubt-filled if it must be, as long as it is still an approach. I am not grading the quality of the movement. I am measuring the direction of the heart, and the heart that keeps orienting toward me, even with all its questions and its inconsistencies and its cycles of faith and doubt. That heart is going in the right direction. Keep your heart oriented toward me and let me take care of the rest. Let me speak to the internal critic that you carry. The voice that runs commentary on everything you do, that notes every mistake, that compares your performance to some impossible standard, that is rarely satisfied and never quiet. I know that voice. It has been loud in this season, and I want to speak directly about where it gets its material. The internal critic gets its material from the lie that your value is a function of your performance, from the belief that you are acceptable when you perform well and unacceptable when you do not. From the internalized voices of people who treated you as though your worth was conditional on your usefulness, or your achievement, or your compliance. From a theology that emphasizes my judgment more than my love, and produces a relationship with me that is fundamentally anxious rather than fundamentally secure. All of that material is false, and the critic that is built from false material is not a voice of genuine wisdom. It is a voice of wound. You can begin to practice not believing it, not arguing with it, not trying to silence it through performance, but simply recognizing it as the wound speaking and choosing to respond to it with what I actually say. When the critic says, "You're not enough," I say you are chosen. When the critic says you have made too many mistakes, I say my grace is more than sufficient. When the critic says you are unworthy of the good things ahead, I say you are an heir of the kingdom, and the good things ahead belong to you, not because you earned them, but because you are mine. Let the critics speak, and let my voice be louder. Practice this until it becomes more natural than what currently feels natural. I am reshaping you, not to make you more like someone else's version of what you should be. To make you more fully yourself, the truest and most whole version of the person I created. The pruning I have been doing in this season has been the removal of things that were not you. Things that attach themselves to your identity from outside sources. Things that limited you and bent you away from your actual design. What is emerging through the process, what is becoming visible as the pruning removes what was not genuinely you, is the person I had in mind from the beginning. And that person is extraordinary, not in the eyes of the world necessarily, not in the way that generates external validation or fame or the recognition of crowds. Extraordinary in the way that actually matters, in depth, in genuineness, in the specific and unrepeatable contribution that only you can make. You were not made to be like anyone else. You were made to be the fullest and most complete version of yourself. And what I am doing in you right now is the work of that becoming, the careful and often painful work of removing what is not you, so that what is you can breathe and grow and fully inhabit the space I designed for it. Trust the process even when it hurts. The pruning is not punishment. It is the care of a gardener who wants the fullest and most fruitful expression of what was planted. Your scars are not your story. They are your proof. Proof that you went through something that tried to end you, and you came out the other side still standing, still reaching, still choosing to believe. Proof that purpose is more stubborn than pain. Proof that the love I have for you does not depend on whether life cooperates with your expectations, or whether you perform well enough, or whether the circumstances around you are favorable. The love is constant. The purpose is secure. The future is full. And you are the exact person I chose for every bit of it. Press through, not today, not this close to the breakthrough, not when the harvest that belongs to your persistence and your faithfulness is closer than it has ever been before. Keep going. One more day, one more prayer, one more act of trust, one more step forward into what you cannot yet see but that I have already prepared. I am with you. I have always been with you. I will always be with you. And everything I am, which is more than enough for everything you face, is at work right now on your behalf. Keep going. I love you. I love you. Without condition, without limit, without reservation, without end. You are mine. You are chosen. You are held. And you are going to make it through this. There is something that often gets avoided in conversations about faith and courage because it feels too vulnerable. The grief of the long wait, because you have been waiting. Not for a short season with a visible end. You have been in a waiting that has gone on longer than you prepared for, longer than you prayed it would, longer than the faith language around you seemed to suggest was normal or appropriate. And the waiting itself has been a kind of suffering that does not always get named as suffering because it is not as dramatic as acute crisis. It is quieter than that. It is the daily resumption of hope and the daily encounter with not yet. It is the waking up and remembering where things still stand and the choosing to continue anyway. That is a real kind of hard. And I see it. I want to say something about the waiting that I think will reframe it in a way that helps. The waiting is not emptiness. I know it feels that way sometimes. It feels like the active life of blessing is happening on the other side of a glass partition that you can see through, but cannot pass through yet. It feels like the movement is happening everywhere else but in the specific territory that matters most to you. But the waiting is not emptiness. The waiting is the season in which I do some of my most essential work. Not all growth happens in the spring when the fruit is visible. Some of the most critical growth happens in winter, underground in the root system, where no one can see it and nothing appears to be happening. What I am doing in you during this season of waiting is not nothing. It is foundation work. It is the kind of work that will be completely invisible until the day it becomes the thing that holds everything else up. The character being forged in the waiting, the deepened trust, the refined sense of what is truly essential, the capacity for genuine compassion that only comes from having genuinely needed compassion yourself, the stripped away dependencies on things that felt essential but were not. All of this is real and valuable and irreplaceable. None of it could have been produced by a faster season. All of it is being produced by this one. I want to speak about the prayers that seemed unanswered, because I know they are there. The ones you prayed with genuine faith and genuine expectation and genuine willingness to receive the answer, and then the answer did not come in the form or the timing you were hoping for. The illness that did not heal the way you asked, the relationship that did not restore when you believed it would, the provision that did not arrive when the need was most acute, the door that did not open when you stood in front of it with everything ready. Those are real. The pain of those unanswered prayers is real, and I am not going to offer you a simple explanation that erases the pain. What I will offer you is this: no prayer is truly unanswered. Every prayer reaches me. Every prayer enters into the realm of my response. But my responses are not always immediate and not always in the specific form requested, because I see things you cannot see from where you are standing. I see the implications of every possible answer. I see the connections between this situation and that situation, the way that an answer here affects the landscape there, the way that timing matters not just for the immediate situation, but for the whole arc of the story I am writing through your life. What looked like unanswered was often differently timed than requested. What looked like no was often not yet, or not this, but something better, or not this, because what is actually coming is more than what was asked for. I am asking you to trust me with the unanswered ones, to leave them in my hands, to believe that they are being held and attended to even when the answer is not visible. This is not passive resignation. This is the active faith of believing in my character when the circumstances do not provide the obvious evidence. This is the trust that says, I know who you are and I trust what you do even when I do not understand it. That kind of trust is the highest form of faith, and it is the kind I am developing in you through exactly this kind of season. There is strength available to you that you have not fully accessed. There are resources in the spiritual realm for what you are going through that you have not fully tapped. I am not talking about some secret formula or some higher level of spiritual achievement. I am talking about the straightforward reality that there is strength available to you beyond your own natural resources, and the way to access it is simpler than you might think. When you are exhausted and the strength is genuinely low, do not try to manufacture what is not there. Come to me instead. Come with the exact measure of what you have, which might be very little, and let me be what makes up the difference. My grace is sufficient, not in the sense that it makes everything comfortable or removes the hard thing, in the sense that there is enough grace available for exactly what is in front of you, provided one moment at a time, renewed one day at a time, exactly sufficient for the specific demands of the specific day you are in. The exchange I am inviting you into is, give me your weakness and receive my strength. Not as a transaction where you trade one thing for another, but as the natural operation of a relationship where the greater one in the relationship carries the things that are beyond the capacity of the lesser. You are not meant to carry what you have been carrying by yourself. Some of what is pressing on you was never supposed to be on your shoulders. Some of what you have been holding was meant to be in my hands. The invitation is to release what is beyond your capacity to carry and to take up instead what I am giving, which is not the heavy burden of managing outcomes you cannot control, but the lighter yoke of faithfulness within your actual sphere, trust for everything outside it, and my strength for everything that faithfulness requires. Let me now speak directly to the practical concerns, the ones that feel less spiritual and more immediate and more urgent: the financial pressure, the health worry, the relational strain, the professional uncertainty, the question of direction that is still sitting unanswered. I am not asking you to pretend these things are not real. They are real, they are specific, and they have weight. But I want to offer you a perspective shift on them that I think will help you carry them differently. None of these situations are outside the scope of my ability to address. None of them is a problem that is too complex for the one who created the universe to navigate. None of them represents a limit that my love for you cannot reach past. Every single practical concern you have is fully within my awareness and fully within my capacity to address. And addressing them is something I am actively working on in the specific details of your specific life right now. What I'm asking you to do is not to pretend the concerns do not exist. It is to bring them to me, deliberately and specifically and regularly, and then to release them into my hands, rather than picking them back up and carrying them yourself. There is an art to this that takes practice. The prayer that releases a burden and then immediately picks it back up again. That is not a failure of faith. It is a normal part of learning to trust. And I am patient with the learning. I am not frustrated by the repeated bringing. I do not experience it as an indication that you did not really mean the release the first time. I understand that the weight of genuine concerns reasserts itself in human consciousness, and that the practice of trust is the ongoing practice of bringing and releasing until the trust becomes more integrated into your foundation. I am patient with all of it. Bring it to me, again, as many times as it takes. Community plays a vital role in what is ahead, because part of what will sustain you through the journey ahead is not just your relationship with me, but the relationships I am building for you with other people who are designed to walk alongside you. You were not built for isolation. The strength you show in facing difficulty alone is genuine, but it was never my design for you to face everything by yourself. I am bringing people into your life who are specifically assigned to your story. Not generic encouragers who speak in platitudes, people who have access to something real that you need, people whose presence will do something specific in your world. Some of them are already in your life and the relationship is about to go deeper. Some of them are coming. Watch for them. Be open. The tendency to protect yourself by keeping people at a distance is understandable given what you have been through, but it will cost you things you cannot afford to miss. The people you are meant to reach are waiting for what is in you, and this is perhaps the most important reason not to give up. It is not just about you. The purpose your life carries is not primarily about your own fulfillment. Though fulfillment is genuinely part of it, it is about the people who need what you specifically carry. The person who will avoid a mistake you made because you shared your story honestly. The person who will find their way back to me because you were present and genuine in a moment when they needed someone to be. The person who will take the risk of believing again because they watched you believe and keep going and not give up even when giving up looked reasonable. Those people are real. They are coming. Some of them are already in your life. And the version of you that pressed through, that did not give up, that kept going even in the hard seasons, is the version of you that has access to what they need. You have more impact than you know. The ripple effects of your faithfulness extend far beyond what you can see from where you are standing. The choice you made yesterday to press forward rather than quit sent a wave through a relational network that you may never fully trace. The prayer you prayed last week for someone else, in a moment when your own situation was not comfortable, released something in the invisible realm that is still moving. The courage you showed in a conversation that was difficult gave someone watching you permission to be brave in their own situation. You are not living in isolation from the people around you. You are part of an interconnected story, and the way you live your part is shaping things you cannot currently see. Stay the course, because you are closer than you think to the place where the shift happens, where the seeds break through the surface, where the things I have been working on in the hidden places become visible in your life and in the lives of the people around you. The farmer who quits plowing 3 days before the harvest arrives loses the harvest. Do not be that farmer. Keep going. One more day, one more prayer, one more act of faithfulness. One more choice to believe even when the evidence for believing is not the kind your eyes can verify. Your scars are not your story. They are your proof. Proof that the fire came and you are still here. Proof that the love that holds you is stronger than anything that has tried to undo you. Proof that purpose is more durable than pain. And in the days that are coming, those scars will carry a testimony that no words alone could carry, a visible record of the faithfulness of the God who does not abandon his children in their hardest moments. I am proud of you. Not in the way that approval-based pride works, not pride that is contingent on your performance or your outcomes or your consistency, but the deep and settled pride of a father who watches his child press through impossible things and sees who they are becoming in the pressing. I am proud of the faithfulness. I am proud of the getting up. I am proud of the choosing to believe even when believing is hard. I am proud of the love you continue to give even when you are running low. I see all of it, and I am moved by it, and I am with you in it. The victory is already yours. This is not a promise for the distant future. It is a present reality that has not yet become fully visible in your life. I have already won the battle. What you are walking through is not the final word. It is the middle of a story whose ending I have already secured. The enemy's attacks are real, but they are not final. The difficulty is real, but it is not permanent. The questions are real, but they will not remain unanswered forever. I have gone before you into every situation you will face, and I have made a way through it. And what you experience as the struggle of pressing forward is actually the experience of walking through a prepared path in territory that has already been won. Keep your eyes on me, not on the circumstances, not on what the circumstances seem to imply about what is possible or impossible. Not on the track record of previous attempts that did not produce the result you were hoping for. Not on the voices around you that are invested in the story of limitation, because limitation is all they know. Keep your eyes on me, on my faithfulness, on my track record through the full history of your life, including all the chapters before this one where I brought you through things that felt unsurvivable. On the character of the God who loves you, who has been faithful every single time you needed him, even when you could not feel his presence, who does not abandon his children in the middle of the process. I am not finished with you. The assignment is not complete. The story is not at its end. And the days ahead carry a weight of possibility that the difficulty of the current moment is not equipped to erase. No matter how heavy the current moment feels, stand up. Keep going. Believe one more time. Trust me with what you cannot see, and watch what I do with the faithfulness you have been offering me through this long and costly season. The harvest is coming, The breakthrough is nearer than it appears. The new chapter is ready to open, and I am here, steady and faithful and completely invested in your story, walking with you through every step that leads to it. Let me take a moment to speak to the part of you that has been keeping score. The internal ledger where you track every unanswered prayer, every expectation that did not materialize, every promise that seems to have been made to other people while your situation remained unchanged. I understand why that ledger exists. When you have hoped for something genuinely and the hoping did not produce the result, the mind creates an accord as a form of protection, a way of managing future disappointment by remembering past ones. But that ledger is costing you something significant. It is costing you the capacity to receive what I am doing right now in your life, because the ledger creates a filter that only allows through things that match its categories, and what I am doing often arrives in forms that do not match what you were expecting. Put down the ledger, not because the record is false, not because the unanswered prayers were not real, not because the disappointments did not happen, but because the ledger is keeping you in conversation with what was, instead of in openness to what is and what is coming. Let me also speak about the forgiveness that still needs to happen, not as a rebuke, but as an invitation, because I know that carrying unforgiveness is costing you things you cannot afford. There are people in your story who wronged you. Some of them have never acknowledged it. Some of them may never acknowledge it. Some of them may not be in your life anymore, and the opportunity for direct reconciliation may not exist. And yet the wound is still present. The record is still being kept in some chamber of your heart, and the ongoing cost of maintaining the case against them is extracting something from you that you need for the journey forward. Forgiveness does not mean the wrong was acceptable. It does not mean it did not hurt. It does not mean you are required to re-enter a relationship that was damaging. It does not mean you forget what happened or pretend it was not real. Forgiveness is the decision to release the debt, to stop requiring from the person something they cannot give you, the perfect acknowledgement, the perfect apology, the restoration of exactly what was lost, to give me the record and trust that justice belongs to me, to free yourself from the position of record keeper because you were never meant to be the judge. The freedom on the other side of forgiveness is real. I have watched people who have carried decades of unforgiveness put it down, and the change in them is immediate and visible. Something in the posture, something in the eyes, something in the way they move through the world after the release. I am not overstating this. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts you can engage in, both for the person who was wronged and for your own interior freedom. Carry forgiveness like a discipline, like a choice you make repeatedly, not once in a dramatic moment, but again and again over time as the feelings of the wound reassert themselves. Because they will. The decision to forgive precedes the feeling of having forgiven. The feeling follows the decision, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, sometimes not fully in this lifetime. But the decision, made in your will with my help, is the thing that matters. And I am here to help you make it, and to make it again, and to make it again after that. Now I want to talk about what faithfulness looks like in the season you are in right now, specifically and practically. Because I know the question beneath the question is often this: what am I supposed to actually do with all of this? And I want to answer that as concretely as I can. Be faithful in the small things, not as a consolation prize for not yet having access to the large things, as the actual discipline that builds the character for the large things. The small acts of obedience and care and presence and faithfulness in the specific responsibilities you currently hold are not the waiting room for real life. They are real life. They are the place where the character is being formed that the larger assignments will require. The faithfulness in the small sphere is itself the evidence of readiness for the larger one. Keep praying, even when it feels like nothing is moving. Even when the words feel thin, even when you are going through the motions more than genuinely engaging, the act of continuing to come is itself a form of faithfulness that I honor. I am not requiring your prayers to be eloquent or consistently fervent. I am asking you to keep showing up, to keep bringing yourself, whatever version of yourself you have on any given day, into the place of connection with me. The habit of prayer, maintained through the dry seasons as well as the full ones, builds something in the long run that seasons of easy, warm engagement cannot build. Stay in community. Do not withdraw from the people around you, even when the temptation to isolate is strong. The tendency to retreat when you are struggling is understandable but costly. The people I have placed in your life are not there only to receive from you in your strong seasons. They are there to give to you in your weak ones. Let them. Be honest enough with at least one or two people to let them see what is actually happening in you. Not to burden everyone with everything, but to let the people who are designed to walk with you actually walk with you rather than a presentation of you. Speak hope over your life. The words you speak about yourself and your situation and your future have more influence over your internal experience than most people realize. I am not asking you to lie to yourself about the difficulty. I am asking you to choose, even in the presence of the difficulty, to speak what I say about what is possible, to say out loud the truths that your feelings might contest, to declare what I have declared over you, even when the declaration feels more like faith than felt reality. Because that is exactly what faith is, choosing the truth that I speak over the story that circumstances seem to be telling. The relationship between your trials and your testimony, because this is one of the things I most want you to understand about the purpose of hard seasons. The testimony of a person who has walked through something genuinely difficult and found me faithful in the middle of it carries a weight that no other kind of testimony carries. When you speak from inside genuine experience of both the hard and the faithful, people hear it differently than they hear the testimony of someone who has only ever known ease. Your credibility as a witness to my faithfulness is being built right now, in this season, by the fact that you are pressing through it and finding me real. Every person you will ever speak to about faith, every person you will ever encourage through a hard season, every person whose life will be marked by the story you carry, will be reached more effectively because you have been where they are. The long season is not wasted. The hard press is not without purpose. What is being formed in you right now is the content of your future ministry, the substance of your future testimony, the depth of compassion and understanding and credibility that will make you uniquely equipped to reach the people who need exactly what you will carry when you come out of this season. Do not give up. Do not stop. Do not let the length of the waiting convince you that the waiting is the whole story. The harvest is coming. The shift is happening. The new chapter is being prepared, and you are going to be there to live it. I am so proud of you. I want to say that clearly one more time before I close this word. I am proud of the faithfulness you have shown in hard circumstances. I am proud of the love you continue to give when you are running on empty. I am proud of the choosing to believe when believing is the harder option. I am proud of the getting up day after day and engaging with the life in front of you, even when the life in front of you is demanding more than you feel you have. I see all of it, every single day, and I am proud of every single day. You are going to make it through this. you are going to come out of this season carrying something that you could not have carried without it. And the version of you that emerges is going to be the version of you that was always possible, but that required this exact kind of formation to bring it into being. The best is ahead. Keep going. Amen. If this message touched your heart and spoke into the place where you needed to hear from God, I want to ask you to do one thing. Share it with someone today. There is a person in your life who is fighting a battle that is wearing them down, someone who needs to hear that their story is not finished and that God has not forgotten them. Send them this. Be the voice that speaks courage into their day. And if this channel has been a source of genuine strength for you, subscribe and turn on the notifications so every word we release reaches you. We are here every day with a message meant for someone who is exactly where you are. We are glad you are here. We will see you in the next one.